Hello, and welcome to another video with Zenphi. Today we're going to be going over how you can automate the process of merging two Word documents and then getting approval in a few easy steps. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. The first step to any Zenphi flow is to set up your trigger, which in Zenphi is the action that initiates your flow. Now for this example, we're using the Zenphi form trigger, meaning that whenever someone fills out a form, it will automatically initiate the process. To be able to set up your form, all you have to do is click on the form icon, click on this box here to configure your questions, and you can add as many fields as you'd like. In this example, what we're going to be doing is generating a contract for a new employee once they're onboarded, and then combining this new document with a pre-existing Word document that contains the employee handbook. The first step will be to generate the employee contract, so to do that we're going to use this action called Generate Document using Microsoft Word Template. All you have to do is set up your connection to OneDrive. This is going to grant Zenphi permission to be able to access your OneDrive and be able to generate the document with a template. This is the document that we're going to be using for the example as our template. Make sure you indicate any placeholders in between two curly brackets to ensure that Zenphi can identify them and then replace them with dynamic information. Now going back to our flow, here is where we're going to indicate which file we want to use as a template. So simply click on the OneDrive icon here and select your file. Simply find the file, click on Select. You're able to change the file name as well. Here we're inserting the person's name. To do that, you would click on the chain icon. This is called a token picker, and it allows you to insert data from previous steps. So we're able to access the form data in case you want to use any of this information. You're also able to indicate the folder in which you wish to save this new document. If you leave it empty, it would save in the root of your OneDrive folder. You have the option to be able to generate PDF. To be able to do that, simply turn on this dial. And then down at the bottom, you're going to be able to see all of the different placeholders that we need to replace inside of the document. So all you have to do is click on the token picker like we just went over, and you would make sure you insert the information wherever it belongs. So for example, start date, we would click this token here. Now our next action is going to allow us to be able to merge this document that we just created with our employee handbook. So we want to make sure we merge this document with the one that we just created. To do that, we're going to use the Merge Microsoft Word Documents action. Once again, set up your connection. Here we're going to select the file that we just created by clicking on the token picker. You can select the Microsoft file path or the PDF file depending on what you want to merge. And then we're going to go ahead and select the document which we want to merge to. So you can click on the OneDrive icon here and select if you want to add it at the start of the document, bottom of the document, or you can use a placeholder to indicate where to append it. And since we want to be able to send this document in PDF form once merged, we're going to use this action to be able to download it. So this is the download file action. After you've set up your connection, all you have to do is indicate the file ID of the file. So here we want to make sure that we're getting the ID from the merged document, so we can see it right here. And the last step would be to send it for approval. So this way they can approve or reject the final document. To do that, we're going to use an assign task action, which allows you to be able to send tasks to different users. You can choose the task name, task description. You can also modify the outcomes. You can add more. You can have only one outcome. You're able to add a sender display name, subject, body, etc. And then in the attachment section, we want to make sure that we have the final file, so we can choose it from here. And then you can choose if you want to have reminders, if you want the task to expire. And then based on if it was approved or not, we want to make sure we send a different email. So to do that, we're going to use an if condition. So what this is going to do is decide which branch the flow should follow. So in this case, it's going to follow the true branch when the response outcome is equal to approve. And we're going to use the same action in both branches, but we're going to change how it's configured. So this action is going to allow us to send an email from our Outlook account. So you can customize the subject, who it's going to be sent to. In this case, we're using the initiator email, which you can get from the trigger. That way you're able to send it to whoever filled out the form. And then you can add as much information as you want to the body, to the attachments. And like mentioned, the other action is the exact same action, it's just configured differently, letting them know that it hasn't been approved, and adding any comments for revision. That way they're able to fill out the form once again. So now if we want to run an example, we can fill out the form, click on submit, And we can see it's automatically generating the contract, it's merging the documents. We would be able to see the task to be able to approve or reject the document. And then once approved, we would be able to see both documents merged via email, as we can see here. And that would be everything. As you can see, it can be very simple to be able to merge your Word documents and get approval in a few easy steps. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them down in the comments section. We will see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for watching.